The Mello TV Evening News at 8 is brought to you by the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Coronavirus is in Jamaica, and I know you feel scared and worried. But you can't let COVID-19 divide us. Coronavirus infects all kinds of people. It doesn't discriminate. So why should you? When someone coughs or sneezes or shows signs of the virus, tell them to call 888-1-LOVE immediately. And remember, stay 3 feet away, but don't attack or disrespect them, because we're all in this thing together. Come on, Jamaica, cut the hate and don't discriminate. Let us stand together and fight COVID-19 as one family, one nation.
Tonight, Jamaica records 6 additional COVID-19 related deaths and 74 new cases in the last 24 hours. Family seeks answers following the death of 25-year-old Sakil Stewart and her unborn child, who died while admitted to the NOEL HOLMES hospital in Hanover.
It's only one word: negligence. That's the reason for this death. And it's not just one, it's two.
They need to put a proper doctor here to assist with C-section.
Still tonight, NIDS bill to be put to Joint Select Committee and passed this year. And Jamaica Police Federation and the St. Andrew South Police Division host floral tribute and signing for late constables KEMAR Francis and KAMAL Foster during Day of Mourning held yesterday.
We need to make the message very clear that you do not take the life of a police officer and parade around in this country freely. It will not happen under my watch.
Good evening. Jamaica has recorded 6 additional COVID-19 related deaths and 74 new cases in the last 24 hours. Now, this takes the country's death toll to 107 and the total of confirmed cases to 6,482. The 6 deaths include 2 cases that were previously under investigation. They are the cases of 52-year-old gentleman and a 54-year-old woman, both of St. Catherine addresses. The other cases are a 59-year-old woman from St. Catherine, a 77-year-old man from St. Elizabeth, and 2 men from Kingston and St. Andrew, one aged 59 and the other aged 70. Of the 74 newly confirmed cases, there are 30 males and 43 females ranging in age from 2 months to 87 years. One case is still under investigation. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew with 34 cases. St. James has recorded 30 cases, St. Catherine 8, St. Anne 1, and St. Mary 1 case as well. There are 4,419 active cases. Now, the country has also recorded 97 recoveries, taking the total of recovered persons to 1,867. Still making news tonight, following the death of 25-year-old Sakil Stewart, the family says they are seeking answers to why and how she died. More on this story with Killeen May.
The family of 25-year-old Sakil Stewart says they are seeking answers after she and her unborn child died while admitted to the NOEL HOLMES hospital in Lucy, Hanover. Ms. Stewart's boyfriend and father of her unborn child, Romario Murray, claims her death was as a result of negligence.
It's only one word: negligence. That's the reason for this death. And it's not just one, it's two. My first child and my baby mother, so I'm not even get a chance to try again. Try get the next week. I lose both of them one time because of the negligence of the nurse and doctors that are here. They call us for a meeting. They call us for a meeting today. They don't have enough information for us. So it's just like they're just sending their condolence to us, because not providing any information is no comfort or no. It's just not enough for us to even know what really happened. And right through the pregnancy, she was not sick. She came. She wasn't. Her due date is till 12th of next month. She came on a regular visit to the doctor, just a regular clinic check, and her pressure was high, and that's the reason for her being admitted
On Thursday.
Right. I thought that it was going to be a case in which she's going to get treatment and be discharged because she's 2 weeks away from her delivery date. That was not the case. Saturday, a lady that was also admitted passed and heard the doctors or nurses saying that they're going to induce her and give her that information. She then called me and said, they ain't go induce me Monday, but me not sure because I want girl pass and tell me. I say, all right, confirm me from them if something goes off true. Then they did provide information that they will induce her on Monday because the baby is the reason why the pressure keep going up. It's not going to come down, so they cannot discharge her. They gave her a paper to sign. She sent me a voice note that she signed a paper and she do not know what the paper was for. She then tell me that she asked a nurse and them tell her, say, the paper is for induce,
yes,
which they give me a medication that
a prescription.
I went to 5 pharmacies. They are not giving me any information about this prescription. Neither they do not sell this prescription in Lucy.
This is not selling Lucy.
The mother-in-law of Miss Stewart, Almina Martin, said she's asking for the relevant authorities to put in place the right doctors with the expertise at the hospital to be able to deal with situations such as special operations as a C-section.
She coughed blood, and after coughing blood, it just happened like that. She just passed.
In the blink of an eye?
Yes, in the blink of an eye. That was the word the man used. In the blink of an eye, she just passed. So I don't understand. After coughing blood this minute, the next minute you die, what happened to the ambulance? They don't have a C-section doctor here. They don't have a gynecologist here to do a C-section. That is what I said to them. You are trying to induce her. She meet complications. And you don't have the doctors that can do a C-section. Who to say that the child passed along with the mother at the same time? Nobody can say that. We don't want nothing from them. Too much of this happen up here. And I can't believe I make this sketch me with my first grandpicnic. Any mother. They must do better. They need to put a proper doctor here to assist with C-section. Assist with something else. That is what I'm asking for other mothers. I have 2 other children coming up. I have also of young friends for my son. And we need proper doctor here to help to assist them.
Brother of Miss Stewart, Adrian Stewart, in speaking with our news team earlier today, explained that the family is not dealing with the death of his sister well because her death comes as a shock to the family.
I'm in school. I'm going to attend university. She has just finished at Cosmetology College. And she said that after she had her baby, the thing that we were going to do to make her life better and to move forward, right? Majority of our plans were planned with both of us. So seeing that she had passed left me, it's really a tough situation. I don't know how I will work. I don't know how I will honestly finish school because this will have a really negative impact. She can't walk. She is really weak.
Who is that?
That's my mom. She could not well. She should have been here. She can't make it. She hasn't left her room from Monday night until now. It is not a case where she had complications or she had any issue, hypertension, etc. She was okay. She was fine.
She wasn't a sick child?
No, the only issue was with her pressure, unstable. When she came here last week, Thursday, the rating that they have, it was lower than that on Monday. Right? And so they induced the labor and so forth. And then they said that what really caused her to die is that the breathing. So I said, I thought you had the breathing under control. So how is it that the breathing caused the death minutes after she being induced? That means it is the effect from the pill that she was induced from.
Our news team reached out to the hospital and was told that they are unable to give any information on the matter at this time as it is currently under investigation and that any information gathered will be given to the family of Miss Stewart. We will bring more on this story in subsequent newscast. Reporting for Mello TV News, I am Colleen May.
In other news tonight, Prime Minister Andrew Holness informed the House of Representatives yesterday that a new National Identification and Registration Bill has been completed and is being reviewed at the Cabinet level. Prime Minister Holmes said that the bill has been completed and is being reviewed by the NIDS Policy Committee and the Legislation Committee, which is a subcommittee of the Cabinet, and he is hoping that the bill will be passed by this year's end. He said that substantial changes were made to the original policy, which was rejected by the Supreme Court after being passed in the House of Representatives in 2017. The changes are reflected in the new policy, including voluntary enrollment under the NIDS and the use of minimum biometrics, which are fingerprints, a facial image, and manual signature only. The Prime Minister said that his government is fully cognizant of and sensitive to the legitimate concerns that persons have regarding data protection and privacy. However, he said that the government is committed to putting in place the legislative, technological, and independent oversight mechanisms to ensure that the rights of persons are respected and protected. He further stated that once the bill is tabled in Parliament, a Joint Select Committee, JSC, comprised of members from both sides will be put in place to navigate the deliberations and arrive at a satisfactory national identification and registration bill. In other news tonight, opposition spokesman on Labour and Social Security, Senator Dr. Floyd Morris, is calling for greater national support for senior citizens amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. According to Senator Morris, and I quote, "We are living in a time where senior citizens are experiencing profound difficulties due to the pandemic. Our senior citizens are living in fear, and we need to establish a national response to give them some reassurance and support," end quote. Now, Senator Morris says he is calling for the government to have social workers, community health aides, and other such professionals make regular visits to senior citizens to dialogue with them about the COVID-19 pandemic and to ensure that they are accessing the necessary services to facilitate their well-being. Senator Morris also stated that those who are giving support to senior citizens during this pandemic need to be honest with these vulnerable citizens. The senator says he is also expressing solidarity with the senior citizens amidst the celebration of National Senior Citizens Week that started on September 27 and will run until October 3 under the theme Advancing the Health and Wellness of Older Persons Amidst the COVID-19 Pandemic. Still making Mello TV news, the Jamaica Police Federation and the St. Andrew South Police Division hosted a floral tribute and signing for the late constables KEMAR Francis and KAMAL Foster during the day of mourning held yesterday. Several officers from various divisions were in attendance at the Hunts Bay Police Station in St. Andrew. Now, commanding officer for St. Andrew South, Superintendent Wayne Cameron, in his remarks, stated that the police will find the perpetrators involved in the killing of Constable Francis.
We need to be completely resolute that we will be going after every one of them, and we'll find them. Yes. We'll find them. We need to make the message very clear that you do not take the life of a police officer and parade around in this country freely. It will not happen under my watch. I want the men and women of this division who give good service to understand that as your commander and with my management team, you have our full support. And all that we require of you is that you come and give a good day's work and go back home to your family. That's all we ask.
Now, Chairman of the Jamaica Police Federation, Detective Sergeant Petrero, says that if anyone points a weapon at a police officer, they will be killed.
Certainly, I am elected to represent rank and file members of the police force. But what I want the people of Jamaica to know is that a call for one thing does not mean a call against everything else. We are calling for strong action against people who assault police officers, who shoot after them, who kill them. And we believe that, I certainly am not a proponent of the death penalty, and I believe that death is not a deterrent to criminals in this country, because certainly You, our brave colleagues who work in St. Andrews South, knows that the criminals that live and operate within this space are celebrated more in death than when they are living. And therefore, they do not mind dying one bit. What I know they're afraid of is lengthy detention, where they are denied access to the normal and usual amenities. And we make no qualms about it, and we are unapologetic in our pronouncement that if you point a weapon at a police officer, you will be killed. There's just no two ways about it. At training school, we were never taught to shoot people in the hand and foot. You know, a gun is a weapon that is used to kill, and that's the only purpose. And once you point it at us, your intention is to kill us. And we will use superior training and superior knowledge in tactical and firearm use and handling to become victorious in that situation.
As we continue with the news tonight, 4 members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force have been placed on interdiction after Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson ordered an investigation into a video posted on social media. Major General Anthony Anderson ordered the probe via the JCF's Criminal Investigations Branch and the Inspectorate and Professional Standards Oversight Bureau, IPROBE, into the video that depicted several breaches of various acts. The video that was filmed at a night in a rural St. Andrew community showed members in breach of the Disaster Risk Management Act, the Firearms Act, and the Noise Abatement Act, among others. In news from the capital, a firearm and several rounds of ammunition were seized by the Rollington Town Police on Carmona Drive in Kingston yesterday. Now, reports coming into our news center tonight are that at about 3:27 a.m., a team of officers were patrolling the area when they observed a man riding a bicycle. He was signaled to stop, however, he disobeyed. The police gave chase and the man removed a firearm from his waistband and aimed in the direction of the police, who fired at him. The firearm, a Beretta 9mm pistol, and one magazine with 12 9mm cartridges, a cellular phone, and the bicycle were seized. It is reported that the suspect managed to make his escape. Still in the capital, the police are reporting that 39-year-old Dennis Wilson, otherwise called Junior, businessman of Park Lane, Kingston 19, has been charged with the murder of 24-year-old Shamar McLean, otherwise called Chicken. The incident occurred on September 20. Reports coming into our news center tonight are that at about 6:30 p.m., Wilson and 2 other men approached McLean and opened gunfire, hitting him to the upper body. Wilson was arrested by the police during an operation and charged based upon witness statements and a question and answer interview session in the presence of his attorney at law. His court date is being finalized. Still making Mello TV news tonight, the government hosted a virtual launch of the Rural Economic Development Initiative 2 Ready 2 project earlier today at the office of the Prime Minister's Media Centre. Now, Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Floyd Green, in his remarks, expressed that this launch signifies a good day for agriculture and tourism.
I am very, very happy and pleased to be here at the launch of the second phase of the Rural Economic Development Initiative, Ready 2, which seeks under its components to carry out climate-smart, resilient agriculture and community tourism activities and to strengthen the institution and capacity building across agriculture and tourism. This is a good day for agriculture. This is a good day for tourism. And firstly, I'd really like to thank the World Bank team, the JCF team. As you have heard, this is a $42 million United States loan that the government of Jamaica has decided to take to help our agriculture and tourism sector. A significant investment that I think is quite timely, especially with all that is happening right now in the world.
Now, Minister Green also outlined how agriculture has been a main driver in the COVID-19 economy recovery program.
The reality is that agriculture and fisheries has to be the driver of our economic recovery program. We have to have a strong, robust, resilient agriculture sector. And the only way we can do that is if we're able to scale up our small farmers, scale up our fisher folk, and ensure that they're operating with cutting-edge technology, ensure that they're taking climate-smart practices to their agriculture and fisheries sector, and ensure that there are the appropriate linkages so that they have the markets both internally in relation to tourism and externally in relation to fulfilling that huge global demand for Jamaican products.
In the meantime, Minister of Tourism Edmund Bartlett, in his remarks, outlined the importance of agriculture to the tourism sector.
Today's launch of the Rural Economic Development Initiative, Ready To, is taking place within our annual Tourism Awareness Week, which we are observing from Sunday the 27th of September to October 3, under the theme Tourism and Rural Development. The timing couldn't be more perfect, as at a glance I see that tourism will play a big part in Ready To in areas such as enhanced agriculture and tourism linkages, enhanced marketing of community tourism enterprises, diversified tourism offerings allowing for expenditure and earnings within local communities. And I want to emphasize that in reimagining tourism in this COVID-19 period and post-COVID, our focus is now going to be heavily on building out 2 new destinations in rural Jamaica, St. Thomas and the areas of the South Coast that takes you into Treasure Beach. The impact of this is going to be phenomenal in terms of the transformation, because one of the values of tourism is transformatory capacity to make small, unimportant, and almost unknown, sleepy little villages overnight becoming bustling areas of economic activity and employment and well-being.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness, in giving the main address, explained the Ready To program and its contribution to the economy.
In its initial phase, the Ready program created 1,300 jobs and contributed to growth of 17% in the agricultural sector in 2016, resulting in a reduction of $6 million in the country's food bill. It also financed the development of the National Community Tourism Policy and Strategy. The second phase of the Ready initiative represents a renewed focus on improving economies of scale for small and medium-sized enterprises involved in agriculture and community tourism, and mainstreaming climate resilience while enhancing market access for these businesses. Let me say that the objective of the government in this term is to enhance our growth prospects and to rapidly move the economy along the path of growth.
As we continue with the news tonight, a total of 36,000 needy students who are not on the program of advancement through health and education PATH will benefit from a $20,000 subsidy towards the purchase of a tablet or laptop. Minister of Education, Youth and Information, Favour Williams, made the disclosure during yesterday's sitting of the House of Representatives held at the Jamaica Conference Centre downtown. She said that there will be a registration process and criteria for the selection of students. Now, the start date for registration will be announced. Minister Williams urged parents to be guided by the minimum specifications for the tablets and the laptops so that they do not end up with inferior devices. For the tablets, the minister outlined that the minimum specification is 1 gigabyte of memory, 32 gigabytes of storage, and at least an 8-inch screen for laptops. The minimum specification is 4 gigabytes of memory and 500 gigabytes of storage. The laptops should also come with Intel 13 or dual-core processors, she informed. The minister further stated that e-learning has negotiated wholesale prices with selected vendors for the Jamaican equivalent of $150 for tablets and $460 for laptops. Now, this is inclusive of General Consumption Tax, GCT. There is also a 12-month warranty for the devices. Additionally, Minister Williams said the ministry is in talks with the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica, PSOJ, to launch a 1 laptop or tablet per child initiative. And those were the stories making news. I return with a recap. We'll now take a break and then join Christopher Scott with sports.
Coronavirus is in Jamaica, and I know you feel scared and worried. But you can't let COVID-19 divide us. Coronavirus infects all kinds of people. It doesn't discriminate. So why should you? When someone coughs or sneezes or shows signs of the virus, tell them to call 888-1-LOVE immediately. And remember, stay 3 feet away, but don't attack or disrespect them, because we're all in this thing together. Come on, Jamaica, cut the hate and don't discriminate. Let us stand together and fight COVID-19 as one family, one nation.